A guy said to a genie, "Genie, is it true that to you a billion years is like a second?" Genie said yes. The guy said, "Genie, is it true that to you $1 billion is like a penny?" Genie said yes. The guy said, "Genie, can I have a penny?" Genie said, "Sure, just a second." Dolly and Ruby were talking about their grandchildren. Dolly said, "Every year I send each of my grandchildren a Hanukkah card with a generous check inside, and I never hear back from them. Not a thank you note, not a phone call." Ruby replies, "I do the same thing, send Hanukkah cards to all my grandchildren with checks inside. And within a week of sending them, I hear back from every one of them. In fact, they all pay me a personal visit." "Wow, how come?" asked Dolly. "Very simple. I don't sign the check. A young boy enters a barber shop and the barber whispers to his customer, 'This is the dumbest kid in the world. Watch while I prove it to you.' The barber puts a dollar bill in one hand and 2 quarters in the other, then calls the boy over and asks, 'Which do you want, son?' The boy takes the quarters and leaves. 'What did I tell you?' said the barber. 'That kid never learns.' Later, when the customer leaves, he sees the same young boy coming out of the ice cream parlor. 'Hey, son, may I ask you a question? Why did you take the quarters instead of the dollar bill?' The boy licked his cone and replied, 'Because the day I take the dollar, the game is over.'"
Just as she was celebrating her 80th birthday, our friend received a jury duty notice. She called the clerk's office to remind them that she was exempt because of her age. "You need to come in and fill out the exemption forms," the clerk said. "But I filled them out last year," she replied. "You have to fill them out every year." "Why? Do you think I'm getting younger?"
2 engineering students were walking across a university campus when one said, "Where did you get such a great bike?" The second engineer replied, "Well, I was walking along yesterday, minding my own business, when a beautiful woman rode up on this bike, threw it to the ground, took off all her clothes and said, 'Take what you want.'" The second engineer nodded approvingly and said, "Good choice. The clothes probably wouldn't have fitted you anyway." Mordecai, his wife and their 3 children have just finished their shopping and decide to get a taxi back home. So he hails a cab and says to the driver, "If you turn off the meter, how much will you charge to drive us to Brooklyn?" "For you and your wife, I'll charge just $12, says the taxi driver, "and I'll take the 3 children for free." "Is that okay?" Mordecai turns to his children and says, "Jump into the taxi. Children, this nice man will take you home. Your mother and I will take the bus. If there are any idiots in the room, will they please stand up?" said the sarcastic teacher. After a long silence, one freshman rose to his feet. "Now then, mister, why do you consider yourself an idiot?" inquired the teacher with a sneer. "Well, actually I don't," said the student, "but I hate to see you standing up there all by yourself." 2 kids are in a hospital, each lying on a stretcher next to each other outside the operating room. The first kid leans over and asks, "What are you in here for?" The second kid says, "I'm getting my tonsils out. I'm a little nervous." The first kid says, "You've got nothing to worry about. I had that done when I was 4. They put you to sleep, and when you wake up, they give you lots of Jell-O and ice cream." "It's a breeze." The second kid then asked, "What are you in here for?" The first kid says, "A circumcision." The second kid replies, "Whoa, good luck, buddy. I had that done when I was born, and I couldn't walk for a year." A wife got so mad at her husband, she packed his bags and told him to get out. As he walked to the door, she yelled, "I hope you die a long, slow, painful death." He turned around and said, "So, you want me to stay?" Reaching the end of a job interview, the human resources officer asks a young fresh out of the University of Technology, "And what starting salary are you looking for?" The young man replies, "In the region of $150,000 a year, depending on the benefits package." The interviewer inquires, "Well, what would you say to a package of 5 weeks vacation, 14 paid holidays, full medical and dental, company matching retirement fund to 50% of salary, and a company car leased every 2 years? Say, a red convertible?" The young man sits up and says, "Wow, are you kidding?" The interviewer replies, "Yeah, but you started it."